everyone, my name is Dee. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome back if you have been here before. Today we are going to be doing a quick little what does your person want to say to you type of reading. Okay, so we're going to be getting some messages out here from your person of interest, and then we will be pulling some tarot cards for the current energy of the connection. As always, this is a general reading, and due to that, please take what resonates and leave the rest. If it does not resonate with you, then it is not meant for you. With that said, we have pile 1 with the rose quartz, pile 2 with the yellow mookaite, and pile 3 with snowflake obsidian. Hello, pile 1, my rose quartz pile. Let's take a look at what your person wants to say, what is on their mind, what have they been holding back from saying or expressing to you. Okay, let's take a gander, pile 1. What does your person want to tell you? What do they have to say to you? How could you still love me after all I've done? I've looked you up online to see what you've been up to. Lying was just easier for me than telling you the truth. Your words linger in my mind. And my mind and heart always comes back to you. Okay, so already I'm going to say, for some of us, we might be no contact with this person, especially if they're looking you up to keep tabs on you. For some of us, this could be, of course, a no contact situation. And it does seem like something might have gone a bit awry within this connection, especially if there were lies being told, if they're questioning how it is that you could still love them. And it seems like whatever the last conversation was that the both of you had, the words that you spoke to them are something that is definitely still on their mind. And I feel like that might be important for some of us to know that if one of the last conversations we had with this person was us either getting our feelings out there, expressing our feelings, or trying to get a point across to this person, it really seems as though that has had an effect. Okay, we have you are never far from my mind. Very similar to my mind and heart always comes back to you. Too many cards. We have you still hold a piece of my heart. I am trying to think of what I want to say to you. I am working toward a better future. And let's get one more card out here. Ooh. I am still trying to find myself. Okay, pile 1. Not too bad, not too shabby. Again, for some of us, I do feel like this could be no contact, but maybe for some of us, it's just that us and this person have not really had the chance or the opportunity to give this a fair shot yet. Okay, but there really still seems to be some romantic feelings here toward you. It seems like when it comes to this person working toward a better future, they're thinking of a future between the both of you. It also seems like it ties into that I'm still trying to find myself as well. You know, almost like this person's trying to feel more settled or more stable and secure within their own life. Yep, and the first card, of course, fell to the floor, is the Hermit. So the Hermit to me is definitely going to be indicating as far as the current energy of this connection. And the current energy meaning we're trying to pick up on both your energy and their energy and just kind of see what's going on here. The Hermit would indicate to me a couple of different things. Again, for some of us, we might be low or no communication with this person at this point in time. The Hermit is also going to pinpoint that the both of you have taken some time apart in order to work on yourselves, whether that's working toward a better future in a career sense, whether that's working toward a better future in this, self-healing, self-improvement sort of journey that the Hermit can take us on. There's definitely been time that the both of you, or like almost like there's this, and this of course could have been a conversation, this could be part of the words that are lingering in your person's mind, or this could almost be something that was somewhat of, let's say, a silent agreement where the both of you realized maybe things were not moving in the right direction or in the direction that either one of you had wanted it to move toward. And the two of you knew that it was time for you to go your separate ways so that you could heal and work on and work through whatever it is that you were going through separately so that the two of you had a better chance of making it together. I hope that that makes sense. Okay, we have the Justice card jumping out next. Let's see what else. Okay, we've got Justice. We've got the Knight of Cups as well. And I guess we could do one more card. And we've got the Two of Cups. So this is actually a very lovely reading. A very lovely reading, maybe some good news for those of us that are either wondering, what's going on with this connection. And for some of us, are we ever going to circle back to this connection? Because I do feel like when it comes to this connection, for many of us, it's not really like we might have dated this person, but to me, it more so feels like it could be that the two of you were romantically interested in each other, and it never quite was able to transition fully to that next step, or that next step of being, let's say, a full-fledged relationship. So I hope that that makes sense for some of us, but as always, if it doesn't resonate with you, then it's not meant for you. But I do feel like for some of us, it's almost like this was somebody, again, that we were either dating or we were both romantically interested in one another, but we never really were able to give the connection a fair shot. And part of that could be because when we met this person, it's almost like right person, wrong time type of energy, I feel, even from this current energy, where both of you, might not have felt like you had, it's almost like both of you might have not felt like you were settled or secure in your own life. And that's coming from a, mental, emotional, physical, financial, and spiritual level for me because of that Hermit card. So whether it's, maybe there's something going on with our, maybe we don't feel like we're ready to be in a relationship. Maybe there's certain things that we want to figure out for ourselves, or certain things that we feel like we need to rectify separately on our own. And of course, a big one for me that'll come up here would be, especially with that I'm working toward a better future card, a big thing that will come up for me is not feeling like we're financially stable and secure enough, not feeling like we can provide, or our person feeling like they won't be able to provide us and each other basically with the life that we feel like our person deserves. So to me, it just really feels like the two of you are pretty darn right for one another with that Knight of Cups and Two of Cups. But there was definitely a need, let's say, in the past, and for some of us, I feel like this could be recent past as well. It's almost like there was definitely a need for us to sort of separate before things went a little bit too much deeper, let's say, into the connection, so that both of you could find yourselves separately and hopefully come back together at some point. Because as far as I'm concerned, there's still romantic feelings here. And that Knight of Cups, it can be indicative of a romantic gesture. The Two of Cups can be indicative of a fulfilling, balanced, harmonious, lovely relationship. So to me, it's almost like neither one of you have really lost sight of that goal. And I feel like when it comes to that, lying was just easier for me than telling you the truth, could perhaps have a lot to deal with this person not actually fully or truly expressing their romantic feelings for you because they knew that they weren't ready to approach or to take up this relationship in the way that the two of you would want it to go. Basically, like, I feel like this person could have either, and I don't even, it could be harsh. It could have been harsh, but for me, it doesn't even feel like it was that harsh. It's almost like this person, like, for some of us, and of course, take it as it resonates, leave the rest. I'm not saying that rejection is never harsh, but for me, it's almost like this person's, you could have expressed yourself to this person, and of course, this could be very targeted. So if it doesn't resonate, it's not meant for you. But to me, it's almost like this person could have rejected you and left things in this place that it's almost like it left it open-ended. And I don't really feel like, even though it was hurtful and it could have made it feel like to you like they were playing you in some type of way, to me, it's not really like that was their intention. Their intention was, you know, they know that they don't have what it takes to be, or they didn't have what it takes to be in the sort of relationship that the two of you both see and idealize with one another. And they know that they needed to work toward a better future for themselves, and then hopefully into the future with you and the both of you being together. And I feel like that's where part of that lying comes from. You know, they lied to you in the sense of them not fully and honestly expressing themselves, of them perhaps not fully and honestly explaining to you what it is or how it is that they felt. And this weird kind of open-ended rejection where it was kind of like, yes, they rejected you, but they left things open in a sense, I feel like is something that they're trying to take accountability for. And I feel like into the future will be something that they try to take accountability for, due to the Justice card, but also due to this, how could you still love me after all I've done? Because I do feel like they're now recognizing at this current moment in time that was kind of a fucked up way to leave things off between the both of you. Leaving things sort of up in the air like that, even in a sense of, let's say, if you wanted to move on from this person, could have made it very difficult for you to fully and completely move on, because there might always be that what if occurring. I do feel like, though, and again, that might not resonate, that part, last couple minutes might not resonate with everybody, but I do feel like when we get to this Justice card, a lot of times the Justice card for me, especially in relationships like this, it's going to bring up fairness and being fair to one another. And I do feel like this person's intentions were and are still pure, or were and are pure rather, just because of the fact that the Justice card to me is showing that this person was trying to be fair to you in some type of way. And when it comes to this, I'm still trying to find myself and I'm working toward a better future. This person could have very well felt like they might not have been able to show up in the connection or provide the proper amount of time, effort, and energy. They might not have been able to prioritize you in the way that they felt that you deserved. So they unfortunately, or you unfortunately, might have stopped seeing one another, or the two of you might have drifted apart. Because again, it doesn't really feel like to me this was ever a full-fledged relationship. I almost feel like this connection is a connection of what ifs. You know, it's a connection of romantic interest, maybe dating one another or trying to date one another, and things just never really fully taking off. And with that said, I feel like whatever this maybe, let's say, last conversation that you two had with one another regarding the feelings that you have for one another, this person's intentions were to be fair to you in some type of way, because they truly did not feel like they could show up in the connection in the way that you deserve. And with this Knight of Cups and Two of Cups, I do feel like this bodes well overall for the connection. First and foremost, I would say that this is going to yet again reaffirm that there's romantic feelings that are still taking place on both sides of this connection. I also feel like it's going to bring up that there is high potential of this person I'm going to say coming back, but I don't really feel like the two of you ever fully or completely left one another's lives, in the sense of it's not completely out of left field for the two of you to catch up with one another or text one another every now and again, etc. So to me, it's kind of like that Knight of Cups is more so indicative of maybe coming back to or circling back to a more so or the more so romantic aspect of this connection is something that I feel like this person is trying to do or wanting to do into the future. Okay, and that Two of Cups, again, bodes well for the connection because there's still romantic feelings. There's a lot of mutual feelings for one another, and it seems like to me that the Knight of Cups, to me, let's say at a base level, can indicate wanting to ask someone out, and then we've got the Two of Cups here, and the Two of Cups to me is going to bring up again this sort of harmonious relationship. So to me, this can be an indication of this person, what it is that they're trying to think of to say to you, having something to do with the two of you maybe trying this again or trying to rectify the romantic aspect of what this connection could be. Okay, so I hope that makes sense, Pile 1. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you today, and I hope that everybody has a wonderful day. Hello, Pile 2, my yellow Mookite pile. Let's take a look at what your person wants to say to you. Let's see, what is it that they've been wanting to get off of their chest. Okay, Pile 2, let's take a look. What does your person want to say to you? Let's get some messages out here. Okay, we have the grass wasn't greener on the other side. I should have been more honest with you about how I was feeling at the time. Being apart has been life-changing for me. Would you reject me? And no other compares to you. Very nice, Pile 2. Now let's get some messages from this other deck. Let's see what is on their mind. Okay, Pile 2, what does your person have to say? I look at your picture often. To me, that sometimes that'll come up when they are creeping on social media. Okay, I keep comparing others to you. So this person is definitely, regardless of what else comes out here today, especially when we start pulling the tarot cards, this person is definitely stuck on you. Okay? I don't know if I'm cut out for this. I see a little part of you in everyone I meet. Good Lord. Pile 2, you really left your impression on this person. Now, let's see what this is. I feel a special bond with you that I've never felt before. Okay, so I would say overall, for the most part, this is a very sweet little reading so far. Okay, like little sweet little reading. It seems like this person is, again, very, very stuck on you, Pile 2. Okay, they are definitely stuck on you. So as always, take what resonates and leave the rest. If it does not resonate with you, it is not meant for you. But, you know, this person's comparing you to other people. We do have the grass wasn't greener on the other side. I feel like that doesn't always indicate like this person like went after someone else while they were with you, because I feel like that might be our first interpretation of it. But I do feel like something obviously perhaps went a little bit awry within this connection. Seems as though they did not tell you how they really felt about you when they had the chance to. And it seems like now, with whatever has happened in the past within this connection, this person's worried or feeling a little bit insecure about whether or not you would reject them. But as we can see, and even that, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. I usually feel like it's a little bit of an excuse. Could, of course, be, as the reading is meant to, bring up something that they might be wanting to get off their chest right now. But for me, sometimes it almost seems like an excuse that they might have given in the past. And that, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. Perhaps in this situation could be something along the lines of, I'm not sure if I'm ready for a committed relationship type of thing. But let's get some current energy out here, pile 2. Let's see what is going on in this connection. The current energy is meant to pick up on both your energy and their energy. We've got the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles to me is immediately going to bring up that this person is, and maybe even you are too, maybe at this point in time with this connection, there's a lot of guardedness. That Four of Pentacles to me would indicate keeping your cards very close to your chest. It could be an indication of not truly sharing or expressing how it is that we feel. The Four of Pentacles to me at times, it can be very closed off. And I feel like this could be a theme within this connection, that at times, even in the past, it's been very difficult for either one of you to be completely and totally honest with one another about how it was that you feel toward one another. There's just a lot of this like closed off energy. And I feel like now, even for you perhaps, like maybe something within this connection, as always, this might not resonate for everybody. But let's just say if it was something along the lines of this person wanting to explore other connections, or this person feeling like they weren't ready to settle down and be in that type of connection that you maybe wanted. This could be a major reason why maybe at this point in time you yourself are closed off toward this person, or you yourself are guarded, because it's this indication of, being hurt by this person in the past. And this person does know and does understand that there's a huge chance that you would not want to, participate in a romantic type of relationship with them ever again. So like, aside from this person maybe being guarded and closed off and not expressing themselves fully and completely to you, there's also a huge chance that you yourself at this point in time are a bit guarded with this person. So now let's get some other cards out here. Let's see what else there is. But again, that Four of Pentacles, and then I just got a glimpse of the Four of Cups, is definitely going to be an indication of this person not really opening up to you, and you perhaps at times being guarded with them as well. And then we have the freaking Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands, another card of guardedness. Another card of guardedness. And I feel like, too, with that Seven of Wands at times, there's also this indication of, not giving up. And I feel like whether it's you or it's them, or again, since it's the current energy, a combination of you both, it almost seems as though neither one of you have quite, it's almost like neither one of you have quite, what's the expression? Neither one of you have counted this connection out. I believe that that's the connection. That's the expression to use. Don't count me out. I feel like neither one of you have really counted the other person out yet. There is this sense of neither one of you really giving up on, and I feel like that's quite obvious when we look at some of these messages from your person. That this person hasn't really quite given up or moved on when it comes to this connection. And in that sense, it brings me right back to what I was saying a couple times while pulling the messages card, that this person is very much so stuck on you. Okay, I'm sorry, but no other compares to you. I keep comparing others to you, and I see a little part of you in every single person that I meet, Plus, added with the last card that we pulled, which was that I feel a special bond with you that I've never felt before. This person is very stuck on you. They haven't given up. And maybe in some way you yourself have also not given up or counted them out. Now, the one thing that I want to say with the Seven of Wands, which if you've seen some of my videos in the past, you've maybe heard me say before, is that the Seven of Wands does a really good job of towing that line between being guarded and being protected, or being protective. And of course, we always want to be protective over ourselves. We always want to be protective over our heart spaces. We don't want to purposely put ourselves into situations that we know are going to end up hurting us. But we also do not want to be too guarded. And I feel like right now between you and your person, there's definitely a lot more, we're going more toward the guardedness and less toward the being protective of oneself. And there's a need to let go of and to release some of that guardedness, and so that we can move forward toward, we're still going to be protecting ourselves and being protective over our heart space, but we're not so closed off that we're blocking out all of the good along with all of the bad. And I feel like that's like, maybe for me, at least in my brain, sort of a super simple definition of the difference between the two. If you're overly guarded and you're completely closed off, you're going to be blocking out everything. But if you're being protective over yourself, you're ensuring that you're not, like that you're not ignoring any red flags. You're ensuring that you're not just letting everyone and anybody into your life, etc. But you're still allowing and being vulnerable enough to allow for yourself to form genuine connections. And I feel like, again, right now, we need to move away from this guardedness that is existing so that we can move forward towards some more openness, some, again, being without not being protective of yourself. But there's definitely a need to open up, I would say, on both sides of this connection. And then we have the Star. And it's so crazy because before, when I first picked up the tarot deck, the first card that came to my mind's eye was the Star, because of how many things in this reading reminded me of that sort of star energy. This no other compares to you. All the comparisons, let's say, that I see a little part of you in everybody that I meet. Even the grass wasn't greener on the other side. I feel a special bond with you that I've never felt before. Because some of the main themes for me that will come out with the Star card are this person, and maybe even you at times, feeling like there's a certain level of unattainability when it comes to this connection. At times feeling like, things are not, like, it's almost like wanting this, idealizing it, but at certain points in time, not really allowing for yourself to fully believe that this could become tangible. That this could work out, etc. And I feel like with that Star card, there's a lot of idealization happening, but there hasn't been a lot of openness and honesty and expressing of oneself toward each other, especially right now, currently. Okay, so I feel like the Star card, it's representing our hopes and our dreams, that we hope that this begins to work out, that we hope that the two of us begin to let our guards down so that we can openly and honestly communicate with one another, so that we can or are healing ourselves, so that we can hopefully at some point come back together and heal the relationship. So the Star is just, I feel like, embodying a lot of the messages that came out here today and their implications, as well as the Star truly representing the idealism that's perhaps taking place. That this person and you are really hoping for, despite anything that may have happened between the both of you in the past, that there's still this hope that maybe one day these idealizations could begin to become something tangible. But I do feel like right now, for the most part, one or both of us are feeling like it's unattainable. And I feel that especially, let's say, from your person who's nervous of getting rejected. There's this part of them that is nervous that you don't really want anything to do with them. And now let's try to get one more card out here if we can. Too many cards. All of the cards dropping to the floor. Okay. Let's try this again. Let's try to get one more card out here if we can. And we have the Nine of Wands, and that is where we will definitely end this. The Nine of Wands to me is again going to bring up that there is guardedness. So we've got a whole ton of guardedness taking place. I don't even know where my cat is right now, so I'm sorry, but I am about to finish this up, so I don't want to stop. Nine of Wands is going to indicate guardedness. That guardedness, of course, could be due to some old wounds. So when it comes to your person, I feel like a lot of these old wounds could perhaps be stemming from insecurities that they have. And of course, whatever might have occurred between the both of you in the past. And I feel like when it comes to you, you've been hurt and wounded by this person in some way or another. And it's making it difficult for you to really ever want to be vulnerable with this person again. Okay, so I do hope that that makes sense. There's definitely a need, let's say, to release some of the guardedness that has been occurring and perhaps will continue to occur into the near future when it comes to this connection. Thank you so, so much, Pile 2, for allowing me to read for you today, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Hello, Pile 3, my snowflake obsidian pile. Let's take a look at what your person wants to say to you. What do they have on their mind? What have they been wanting to get off their chest? Pile 3. Let's see. Maybe they're not feeling quite talkative today. Okay, there we go. And of course, it flew right onto the floor. We have You've Been in My Dreams. Very sweet. Very sweet to start us off with. Let's hope it stays that way. I can't seem to find the right words to say to you. If I knew then what I know now, I would have made different choices. I wish I could take back the things I said. I love that with the I can't seem to find the right words to say to you, and I need more time to figure things out. Now, let's get some more messages out here. I don't know if I said, well, I definitely didn't say it at the top, but we'll get some messages out here, and then we will take a look at the current energy of the connection with some tarot cards. Okay. We've got a twofer here. We've got, I just want you to be happy, and I'm still haunted by my actions. Okay, so clearly this person effed up. Okay, I care too much about what others think right now. We have, I am working toward a better future. There's some similar cards here that jumped out in, I believe it was pile 2. There's a couple of repeating cards. Oh, geez. Okay. Let's see what these guys are. Karma is a bitch. I finally got mine. And there's still so many... Please, yes, there are still so many unsaid things between us. Give me 1 second while I struggle to pick up this card because of the way that it fell. If I can get to it. Okay, there we go. I feel like 90% of my videos are just me struggling to pick up cards that fell on the floor. But we have, okay, I just want you to be happy. I'm still haunted by my actions. I care too much about what others think right now. I'm working toward a better future. And karma is a bitch. I finally got mine, and there are still so many unsaid things between us. We are all on camera looking good. So let's get some current energy out here. This is an interesting one. Clearly, this person effed up in some way or another. I would also say I love that I care too much about what others think right now card, because generally what this will bring up for me is part of the reason why they care too much about what other people think right now is because they know that people in your life know what a schmuck they were in the past. And due to that, it seems to make them a little hesitant, a little apprehensive to try anything or to try to do anything. It makes it difficult for them to find the right words to say to you, or to make some type of a reappearance within your life because of the fact that they know other people know. Now, the other thing that I would say here is that we are definitely no contact. We're definitely, I would say, pile 3. Take what resonates and leave the rest. If it does not resonate with you, it is not meant for you. And that could very well mean that this pile is not meant for you if you and this person are not no contact right now. Okay. We have the Hierophant jumping out first. Okay, the Hierophant, to me, it's going to bring up love, marriage, and commitment. So maybe even for some of us, this could be somebody that we are no longer with. Maybe somebody that we were in a very serious relationship with. Somebody, for some of us, maybe it could be somebody that we're co-parenting with. For some of us, it could be somebody that we're divorced from, I guess would be the right way to say it. Somebody that we've went through a divorce with. Or, again, long-term relationship that went awry. Okay? Long-term relationship that this person really seemed to do something to break your trust or betray you in some way. Okay? Because for them to still be haunted by their actions, there had to have been some act that this person made, something that this person did that really broke your trust. So for me, that's going to bring up, various types of betrayal in some way, shape, or form. Okay. We have the Ace of Cups. We have very positive cards as far as current energy. That Ace of Cups, too, it's going to bring up for me, it's like this person's feelings for you, regardless of what they did, it's almost like an indication of this person's feelings for you never really having quite gone away. We have the Artist, which shows that they're idealistic. And too many cards. And then we've got the Nine of Wands. I kind of want to try to pull one more card just to kind of see how you're doing in regard to this situation. I think that was the Five of Wands, if I am not mistaken. Yes. So to me, it's almost like when it comes to this person, they're hoping that the two of you can kind of just, and I'm not really sure if that's a possibility for you. As always, I will say my disclaimer again, if this is not resonating with you, it is not meant for you. Either pick another pile if you felt drawn to another one, or there might just not be a reading here for you today. Because pile 3, I feel strongly in saying that this is somebody that you were in a very serious commitment with. Again, this could be somebody that you have a child with, or children with. This could be somebody that you were, or maybe even still are, married to, and you're going through some type of separation. This could be someone that you were in a relationship with for years. And I do feel like there was some type of serious betrayal here. Now, the one thing that I will say is, of course, if it was a longer term relationship, part of that betrayal could maybe perhaps not have anything to do with cheating, but it could have something to do with this person just consistently not being the person that they promised you they would be. It could not simply, but it could be like this person continuously not showing up, this person continuously not pulling their own weight. You feeling like you're constantly having to provide for or show up for this person and really getting little to nothing back in return. Almost like this Hierophant is giving me or bringing me, not that the card means this, but almost like a very one-sided relationship. And if not one-sided, it could be like what I'm going to call an unconventional or non-traditional type of relationship where, let's say, you're the one that's providing, you're the one that's taking care of all the household needs and chores, etc. And this person's just consistently kind of being incompetent or consistently not putting in any effort into the relationship, but also into the marriage or into the home, whatever the case might be for you and your person. So I hope that for those of us who this is meant to resonate for, that it is resonating. Now, of course, it could be something deeper and darker than that, even though that in and of itself to me is very damaging to a relationship. But it could also be something, let's say, maybe darker than that in the sense of it being something like cheating. And I say that especially because this person's haunted by their actions. I say that especially because this person's dealing with the consequences of their actions. I'm saying that because it seems as though this person perhaps lashed out at you due to actions of their own. I'm saying that because they finally got whatever their karma is from this situation. And especially, too, one of my favorite cards, the I care too much about what others are thinking right now, because they know that basically practically every single person in your guys' life knows that they did you wrong. You know, so there's a lot of different things. There's a lot of like even apprehension. Even that Nine of Wands could be bringing up apprehension of theirs to make any type of positive movement forward, or to try to work toward this better future with you, because they know that the damage has already been done. And to me, it's almost like they know that they're waiting on your forgiveness, or they know that they're waiting on your cue. They're waiting on your say-so. And I feel like at this point in time, you're not having this idealistic vision. I mean, maybe for some of us we are. Maybe for some of us, at the end of the day, what we really wanted from this situation is this person to have some sort of a wake-up call and start showing up for us in the way that we want, need, deserve, and desire. But I feel like for most of us, we've kind of had our full of it, you know, like our fill of it, whatever the expression is. We're over it. We're done. You know, we don't want to fight anymore for somebody to be we don't want to be fighting anymore for somebody else to give us, you know, what would be basic decency in a romantic relationship. You know, we're over the whole thing. Almost like we just kind of want to move on with our life. Like we're sick of the fighting. We're done. We're sick of the fighting. We're done with the fighting. And we just want to be able to move on and move forward within our own lives separately. At least I feel like that's perhaps what your energy is regarding this situation. Okay. I do feel like as far as current energy, we do have a lot of idealism in the Hierophant, the Ace of Cups, and the Artist. Okay, there is a lot of maybe we can repair things. There's a lot of, you know, having hopes and dreams of a future together. Even I do feel like, though, when it comes to that idealization, a lot of it, especially on your end and maybe even on their end, could be a more so what if situation. You know, like, what if this person never did what they did? And your person's thinking, what if I had never done what I did? Okay? And I feel like that too, especially with that, if I knew then what I know now, I would have made different choices. So if it is something to do with this person cheating, let's say, or betraying you in some type of way, this person would have never done it. And I feel like a lot of their time, even with this, you've been in my dreams, a lot of their time is perhaps even spent idealizing about how things could have ended up so much differently had they not done what they did. Because them doing what they did and the damage that the relationship took because of it really only led the both of you to further conflict, to the point of, you know, there's almost no point in fighting anymore. It's a moot point. This is just now done. And I also feel like this idealism on their part could also be, and maybe even at times it's idealism on your part, even when it comes to that what if, or all of these what ifs. You know, there's a lot of idealism, or there's, and I feel like maybe the reason why is because for some of us, this might be somewhat fresh. So there's still a lot of love. For as much anger, and I'm going to use the hatred word, like for as angry and as much as you might hate this person at times, doesn't really take away from the fact that there's still so much love that you have for the other person. It's not like you can just turn an emotion like that on and off. And I feel like even maybe for both of you right now, that's part of the struggle. That's part of the current energy, and that's part of the struggle that both of you are feeling. You know, despite what's gone on, it's like there's still this internal battle that's been taking place, because you do feel so much like loving feelings toward this person, and they feel so much love toward you, even though neither one of you are really wanting to, or maybe even capable of at this point in time, facing the other person. You know, especially in this sense of your person's very haunted by what they did. Your person regrets whatever it was that they did or did not do within this connection. And not only that, but they're also dealing with karma, which is, you know, maybe for some of us a little bit nice to see. But, you know, but there's still a lot of things that the two of you were not able to say or to express to one another. And I feel like even right now, there's still a lot of these loving feelings going on toward one another because of the length of time of the relationship, because of the fact that, of course, if this did have something to do with a betrayal, it was definitely a blind side. Again, it's I just keep getting this message of, you know, like, for as much as I hate this person, yeah, at times, you know, like, for as much as I hate this person or dislike this person, or I really am hurt by what it is that they did to me, there's still a piece of me that's always going to still love them. And again, I feel like that's because of this being like an ex-husband or an ex-wife, because of this being somebody that might be the mother or the father of your children, etc. And it just does make it very difficult maybe for us to completely cut that cord, regardless of how, you know, difficult this relationship had gotten, especially after whatever the event was. Because again, for some of us, I do feel like it could be a very extreme version of this person not giving you what you want, need, deserve, and desire. Like weaponized incompetence is something that's coming to mind, of this person really not doing anything, and of you having to take on so many different roles because this person was not willing to pull their own weight. And then meanwhile, for others, I do feel like it was something, you know, quite blindsiding, like finding out about a betrayal, finding out about cheating. And again, all of this would be information that you would already be well aware of, because you would have already lived through it, and you would have known what it was that would have occurred, because of the fact that that would have been one of the reasons why the two of you are not together today. So pile 3, I do hope that this makes sense. Okay, I do feel like this person is struggling. I feel like this person has things that they want to get off their chest, but I also feel like for you right now, it's still a very raw situation, and you yourself might not really feel too comfortable or too keen on allowing for yourself to be vulnerable with this person at this point in time. Okay, yes, there's a lot of idealism and there's still a lot of love left, let's say, but I do feel like at this point in time, the current energy of the connection is that there's just too much either conflict, or there's too much conflict, there's too much hurt feelings, there's too much anger even for anything, let's say, maybe productive to be taking place in this current energy. And I feel like, you know, despite what's happened between the both of you, there's still a lot of love, there's a lot of what ifs, but I do feel like this connection for the time being is definitely remaining in separation, and definitely having some strained communication due to everything that's occurred. So I hope that makes sense, pile 3. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you today, and I hope that everybody has a wonderful day.